Yeah, like to just stay with it. You know, they're the defending champs. They were champs for a reason. I'm sure they still feel like they're a statistical chance of making the playoffs, so that's a dangerous combination right there. We weathered storms. We had great patches, and different guys had great patches in the game themselves. And I think that shows throughout the stat sheet where we just had a lot of good contributors across the night.
And do you feel momentum is starting to build in this region? Looking for it all year, it feels like it's starting to get the point.
Before we get to the game has improved from where we were at the start of the year, and it's amazing how you get rewarded when you respect that early part of the week.
Big dogs that yet again, like Christian and Dylan and
Yeah.
how scary is it that they are all consistently now playing well at the same time?
Like huge, and you know, and during the week I talked about how Pep's last period of time he's playing really well. Henny is in the same mold right now. David Quera comes off the bench and gives us some good early momentum. So when you have the big dogs playing well, and then you got everyone else contributing at an efficient level, that's a good sign.
Can I dive in with Ben there as well? I know the talk over the last couple of weeks has been potentially replacing David, and I was obviously decided not to go that way as well. But tonight, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. It was incredible, and still dealt with that ankle injury as well, sustained injury late in the third quarter as well. So a game like that, what does that kind of do to the team, and what are you kind of looking for going forward?
Ben has great expectation for himself. We have an expectation for him. And like, I know all you guys have a million questions to ask about different things, but you have to trust the guys that you're in the war with every day. These guys have scar tissue, they're about the right stuff, and they've approached it the right way. So that's how we're going to roll. And then that gives young guys, especially, great confidence that you have belief in them. And I think you saw that tonight with Henschel. But like, if you rewind, probably Brisbane, when we were at Brisbane, that's where he started to really turn his season around. And it was through his defense that got him involved in the game. And now each week it just chips away. And then tonight, 15, 7, and 7, like a nice, consistent stat line there for Ben.
What about the efforts on their two bigs? I mean, I'm sure you spent a lot of time focusing on Sam and Jamal coming into the game, but they're almost non-factors at the offensive end because of your defensive effort.
Well, I appreciate those kind words, because there was moments there it looked like volleyball with those two guys out there. But yeah, look, you have to do a great job with them, but I was absolutely happy with the way, because they had to compete on the glass because they were missing some of the shots that they usually finish at a high rate. So our physicality, doing our work early, all the stuff as coaches you preach, and you hope once the ball gets thrown up they do. And what you forget is, like, our roster, like, we have pride like they have pride. So you need to show up and do your job and move forward.
You want to talk about this, but it's probably your captain's most significant impact on a game this year.
Yeah, and like, matchups, how we are as a team, what he brings to the team. Like, he's always ready, and whether it's one possession or however many minutes he played tonight, which might have been a season high with minutes, you know what you're going to get. And you saw at the end of the game just like the calmness and the way he organizes on the floor, but then also his basketball skill as well.
Sorry, Jesse, it still feels strange talking to you in this environment, but how are you feeling after that?
Thanks. No, it's a really good win. I think JR said, I think there's probably a misconception in this league that you should automatically beat teams below you on the standings. Like, they're defending champions. They're a team that their record is probably not indicative of how good they are. Talent across the board. Obviously well coached, so anytime you can get a win like that, obviously tight at the end, but it's way better than losing.
Really, it really seems like offensively you put an emphasis on getting in the paint and seems to open up for everyone. Can you talk about how it's getting everyone involved and increasing that flow that you were talking about earlier on in the season?
Like we got versatile players. We're in sync with what, as a coaching staff, are asking for. But also the players, their ability just to, like we talk about pace and space like every team does. We're just doing that at a way better level than what we were doing in October and November. And with that spacing allows guys to get into the paint, and then, the dominoes fall and defenses have decisions to make, and when you're doing that at a good level, you get high quality shots, and as a coach, that's all you can ask for. And to go back to Henschel, like first half, he did a great job of living in the paint, and he played composed and on balance. And for me, that was just pleasing to see and showing that he's listening to us.
The position for everyone into the background, which is obviously the decision not to sign tonight. Every player is confident, everyone's got insecurities and anxiety and stuff like that around their own position. When you say we're sticking with this group and we're going with you guys,
Yeah.
what does that do for those sorts of blokes who now know, well, he does want us, this club does want us, they want us to do something really cool?
Yeah, like when I get a minute to think and compose and what's the right thing, the wrong thing. If I sit here every week and preach like you'll get your opportunity, but we bring in someone, then they're looking at me like, come on. You preach opportunity. So you saw it tonight. Dante come in and played great minutes for us, and he hasn't played like a meaningful possession for a long time, and he come in and he helped us continue to roll in the first quarter, second quarter. So I got to give them confidence by playing them, and nothing gives you better confidence than playing.
So was it not significant in that the decision gets made today to not sign someone? If you lose, we're going to talk differently if you win.
Absolutely.
It's going to come. So what was today after saying we're sticking with you to win the game?
Sorry?
How important was when you make the decision to stick with everyone, the result really matters more than a normal game?
Yeah.
Because it's that day.
Yeah.
How significant was it for that for you to be able to go forward now? We've won now and we've got 4 in a row and we can go forward with this group.
So I prepare myself to get hammered if it's a negative result. But when I sit at Scarborough and watch the sunset, I go, if we win, you look like a genius. If you lose, you take it. But are we about this one game, or are we about how can we have success at the end of the season? And for me, if we're going to have success, these are the guys we're rolling with. As I said, they have the scar tissue. They have the feel of what this group has gone through, because every team goes through something at some stage. And how you come out of that, you take great pride in all of that. So let's roll with it. It's hard to win a championship, so you need a lot of things to go right, but this team has great synergy. Do we win? I don't know. But let's roll with it and let's see what happens.
Jesse, what have you seen changing with this group over the past month or so as momentum starts to build?
Yeah, look, I think, it sounds super cliche, but it is that process. And, we play a lot of games in December and January, and that's usually where the separation in this league happens. And JR said it, I think we've been really good at our application at practice, regardless of the result. We've come in, we've just done the little stuff and prep well for each game, and that's all you can do. And then you roll the balls out and see who wins. But I think our application in practice has been where it needs to be over this period where we spend a lot of time together. It's probably our busiest time of the year. Everyone kind of speak to everyone and say what you get up to for Christmas and stuff, but it is probably our busiest time of the year. So that comes with the territory. That's certainly not a complaint. I love it, but that's where a lot of separation in this league occurs.
The bonds that you've developed during that growth, play a lot together as players, has that helped with the way you started together?
It's a big call. We were in New Zealand a while. We're way, as I said, we spend a lot of time together as a team and as a group. Obviously, the Brisbane and the New Zealand road trip, ate a lot of dumplings. It's very good dumplings still. Yeah, but it all adds together, right? And as I said, we spend a lot of time on court together, and as cliche as it sounds, it's just a process, and putting those pennies in the bank and just keep applying yourself each day and see where it takes you.
JR, was it one of those wins, you kind of look back to maybe the last 5 or 6 games, there's been a couple of those come from behind wins from the opposition and it's your home court as well. And I kind of felt like a little bit of deja vu was happening there late as well. But to win one of those games, speaking of the belief that you guys have put into the team and getting the win, what does that kind of do for you guys late in the game as well?
I can't think of the games you're specifically talking about there. That was a long time ago. Like, I think our growth in our team, it's winning is boring. We've embraced being boring with our habits every day. So then you get rewarded in close games. You have to go through that sometimes. You have to be okay growing in those moments. In the moment, when you lose those games you're talking about, it's tough. But if you grow, and we're doing that, progress, and that gives you a chance at the end of the day. Now, is it foolproof? Absolutely not.
Jesse, I just wanted to ask you a question on the vibe around the city right now. First with Hoops Fest in general.
On the what, sorry?
So just like the vibe
Oh, yeah, yeah.
the city right now. First with Hoops Fest in general, to be able to play in your city, and everybody football. And secondly, the atmosphere out in the crowd. I'm sure it helps you out for a while. So what have you made of that?
Yeah, it's really cool. I was out yesterday. My daughters played at halftime of the Lynx game. It was a great turnout. Had to get the little fella home, so I didn't stay for the Sydney Brisbane. But yeah, it's a really good atmosphere. Obviously, it's nice to stay in Perth, but to have a weekend where the WNBL, the NBL, it's just kind of basketball all week. I think it's a fantastic initiative, and I think the public has really shown out. It was a great turnout last night, and I really like the atmosphere, and it was no different tonight. So I assume tomorrow's going to be pretty similar. It's been fantastic so far.
Jesse.
Here we go. Hey.
So I've got you've been playing for years. I'm doing a fantastic job.
Thanks.
But you've obviously seen a lot of court time over that time. Felt a lot of wood under your feet. I'm doing a DIY project. Can you recommend like a type of timber or something that I could use that's sturdy and just do as well with anything?
I can't believe you guys let him in. Whatever you want to use, mate. You go ahead, whatever. I don't have any specific recommendations. Probably get them from Bunnings, league sponsor. You're welcome. Jarrah's solid. Jarrah's solid. Yeah. Acacia. Mate. You do you. You do you. With some cabots on the top. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like any particular gloss?
Semi-gloss. Semi-gloss. Polyurethane. It goes down well. I got you. I got you.
It's on special.
Yeah. Got you.
Thanks, guys.